What is going on, guys? How are we all doing? So, we've got another little hardware review for you all today. We're going to be taking a look at this. It is the Asmodus Lustro. Oh, look at that. It's got LEDs. You can't even see the LEDs because my light's very bright. Got a couple of LEDs. It's not too much on the LEDs. I'm normally fairly against LED, but this, it's Asmodus. They do everything well. They do LEDs well. What we're going to do in today's video, we're going to drop it down to the table, we're going to do a little unboxing, we're going to go through the menus, going to go through all the screens and have a little run around the device as well. Then we're going to come back up to the top and we're then going to go through the pros, the cons, everything else. And then we're going to come back up to the top, we're going to go through the pros, the cons and what it's like in day-to-day use. While I've got you all here still, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification button to keep up to date with all my latest news and reviews. Thank you very much. My name is Bobo. We are the VP. Let's go down to the table and have a look at the Asmodus Lustro 200 watt touchscreen or touchless screen device mod. See you in a sec. So, welcome to the table camera section of the Asmodus Lustro. It's 200 watt box mod and here's the little go of the packaging. The top we've got Asmodus Lustro, a big open window, some scratch and sniff. Lustro 200 watts, 21 plus, that is for people who are in the United States, not for the people who are in the UK, which the age limit is 18. Asmodus on that side, and you've got some specs on this. So if you want to have a little look at that and see what actually comes inside this device, you are more than welcome to pause it. You've got Asmodus logo on the bottom and some more warnings. So get into the package. Slide that off. Here's the mod itself. You'll have a little look around this. It is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So, from the top, work our way down, we've got a spring mounted 510 and you've got really nice machining on the actual threads inside of this. I do wish that the 510 would have been a little bit more centered, but hey ho, what can you do? Got a couple of little markings up on here and up on here around this white bar, which is a LED fire bar, which I'll show you more in just a second. You've got a big clicky fire button, you've got a little OLED screen, which is a touch screen. You've got a USB Type-C charger. On this side you don't have a really awful lot apart from the battery door, with a couple of little cutouts here and here, and also here. On the back you've got magnets here and here. You've got 3 battery venting holes here and here. You've got the Asmodus, and this is all encased inside a smaller little like perimeter kind of thing. On this side you don't really have an awful lot apart from the same as on the other side. A couple of little markings back to the front. And on the bottom you've got some more battery venting all along here. You get this little torch on the bottom, which is quite cool, and you get a couple of little markings on the side, which you would expect to see. Inside here you get a nice clean indoor inside battery door. You get a USB Type-C charger and firmware update. I do not recommend that anyone uses USB to charge the device. It is there for firmware updates. I do recommend that everyone uses an external battery charger. You get this big piece of string which helps you get your batteries in and out, get your battery orientations on there, which is really nice. I do like to see that, but as always I would like to have seen it in white or pink or yellow or green or something like that, just to make it all a little bit clearer, bring me light into view a little bit. You get a little sticker there, you get your push up on your negative there, push down up on your positive, on your negative up there, which shows you what sides are spring loaded. And I'm going to put a couple of batteries in here. So you push down on your batteries, push that in, push down on your negative. Helps if I do the battery door properly. Wrap that round and then push up on there. All good to go. Wrap that on, get your door on. What have I done wrong? Fuck's sake. Wrap that round just like so. Get your other one just on there. Get this screen. Then it goes off. 5 clicks to turn it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First message that you see is married batteries without damage. Not only if you press the no button, it's going to shut off and it's not going to allow you to fire the device. You press yes, you get this, and it shows you the full screen. Put the battery door back on. So you've got your power, you've got what mode you're in, you've got your voltage, you've got your resistance, you've got your power meter, you've got what wattage you're up to, you've got your battery indicators. I would have liked to have seen an A and a B on this, but hey ho. And you've got your puff counter. Here you've got a S, an M and a H for soft, medium and hard. This little hand here tells you whether you've got your motion sensor on or off. Don't know if you can see it properly, but mine's got a little red line through it, which means I've got it off because I can't for the life of me figure out how to use it properly. And you've got a little padlock here for your how you lock and unlock your other device. So with a lot of Asmodus devices, you've got your normal scroll it down to unlock it, and you can just swipe to get through your TFR, your TCR, your curve, your temperature control, and back into your power. If you swipe, close the device off. If you swipe up, you get with these two little screens. You've got this H. You've got this purple hand, which allows you to turn your sensitivity off or on. As I say, I leave it off most of the time because I do find that it is a little bit tricky to do it. I don't know what it is. Maybe I've just got big fat sausage fingers and it doesn't register the actual infrared. If you turn it on, and you can see, you'll not be able to see this on your actual thing, but you've got a little infrared sensor up on there. Is it going to work for me? We've got to turn the device on actually. What are you doing? See, it just doesn't like me, to be honest. Hey, there's one. But yeah, so as I say, I just leave that turned off most of the time because I do find it to be a bit easier. So I'll turn that back off. Oh, my camera's going a bit scatty there, isn't it? Swipe up again. You've got this on the bottom, which is your torch screen, which tells you can turn it on. Currently, which shows you what mode your torch is. Currently that says off. You've got number 1 and it just shines up from one little hole. Press that again, it's got a number 2 and you've got a double little torch. Not that it's going to show up much on my desk with my lighting up, but you know, with that, if you're ever stuck on like the side of a mountain and you need to wave down a helicopter or something like that, you never know. Not sure why it's on there, but as I say, it is done well. Click that to go back into the menu. You've got so that's open. So with your power on the bottom here, you've got a H. If you swipe up while the screen's on, it goes through hard, medium and soft. Make sure you keep an eye on that, because if you try and fire it on the soft mode, it does feel like the mod is massively underpowered, obviously, like it should do, but I thought the mod was just on the power full stop, to be honest, before I realised that was there. And then if you click the device 3 times, it locks the screen and it does not let you to fire it again. 3 clicks to unlock it, and if you click the fire button 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, gives you this. If you hold this button, you can power off the device. This screen here sets you a puff counter, a puff limit, so you can, if you want to take 300 pulls, 400 pulls, 500 pulls, if you only want to take 10 pulls a day to wean yourself down, you can do it via this screen. If you click it once, it goes back into the previous menu. You've got your puff counter reset, which tells you how many puffs you got, and then if you press this little feather duster, it resets the actual puff counter. Click that again. The next one, you've got your revometer. Can't for the life of me figure out what this is, but you've got real and fun. So yeah, I don't know what that is, to be honest with you. You've got a upgrade menu, so if you want to do a firmware upgrade, if you want to search it, you press this. You've got the V is what chip and firmware system that you're running on. This orange one is how fast your LED bar lights up, which I'll show you that in a second. I generally leave it on so because it looks a little bit more dramatic. The next screen is actually turning the LED light on or off. I leave it on. Screen after that is the colour. You've only got 3 colours on this device. You've got green, you've got blue, and you've got red. The green one looks nice, the blue one looks nice. The blue one looks a little bit better with this. Let's go for the green. Next screen is how you lock your device. You can either slide it or you can click it a couple of times to lock the actual screen. And the alarm clock is how long your screen is lit for. Comes set as 10 seconds, so let's move up to 15 just to be a bit funny. This is how to change your resistance. If you do feel like your resistance is a little bit off, you can manually override it here and then back into the power button. And you hold for a couple of seconds and it turns your mod off. So, turn it back on. Just show you this fire bar because normally I am not a fan of LEDs and stuff like that, but Asmodus have done this right. Look at that, it just looks sensual to be honest. And this button on the actual LEDs matches this, and it's just, oh, it's just perfect. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, this has been a little up close and personal with the Asmodus Lustro. We are gonna have another little look at that. Just look how good the paintwork is. Oh my god, it's perfect. So yeah, we are gonna go back up to the top. We're gonna have a little look at my face again, and we're gonna go through a couple of pros and cons of this device. So, see you all in just a second, guys. Bye. Welcome back up top, guys. Welcome back up top. So, the Asmodus Lustro 200 watt device. I hope you enjoyed the little download section, and I hope if you had any trouble with the device, I explained it all properly with the menus and stuff like that. So, the overall fit and finish of the device, it is a really solid piece of kit. Like, it just feels what you would expect an Asmodus mod to feel like. This is the first Asmodus mod I've ever owned, and I am so happy that I have, to be honest with you. So, what I like about the device, I like that it's a really clean design, and like, it's simple, it's high tech, but it's not in your face high tech, if that makes any sense. Like the LED, even the LED's done right. It's not too garish, it's not too garish, it's not too like in your face. It's not like some other mods that we've seen released in the last year or so where it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like pure, like a proper landing strip, everything going on. It's got a torch on it, but even the torch is done right, to be honest with you. It's like the whole device, it just feels solid and everything just fits. It feels like everything's in the right place where it should be. The colour screen is really clear. Everything is on the device properly. It's really clear to see. You've got no issues. Well, I've found no issues with being out in the sun. I've had no issues with it being out in the daylight. In the inside with the screen, like any glare or anything like that. It's a really clear screen to see. It's got a USB-C device charging port on it, so like not every usual USBs will work on it. So make sure that you don't lose the USB cable that comes inside the box. The battery door, like the actual battery door, is solid. There's no wiggle room in it whatsoever. It's just the magnets have got a brilliant resistance on it. I do wish it had a little bit of a groove in just to help it a little bit more, because sometimes it is a bit of a pain. If you get it at the top or at the bottom, it's a little bit easier to get off than if you get it at the middle, because you're pulling against the two magnets, or if you're just pulling against the one, it is a little bit easier. The actual paint job on the device is flawless. There's no bubbles on it, there's no dents, there's no scratches, there's no nothing like that on it. It is just perfect. It's absolutely flawless. I know that this is an absolute gush fest on this device, but like, I really am in love with it, to be honest with you. Let's have a little sip. The performance, it hits exactly how you want it to hit. The hard mode, the soft and medium mode, like they're all clear, distinct, different patterns. It hits exactly as hard as you'd expect it to hit. There's no drop, there's no lag, there's no nothing. All the buttons are really responsive. So the cons, the touchscreen is a bit of a pain in the arse sometimes, not really. But for me, like the motion sensor, I can't get it at all. Like I'm trying really slowly. Every now and then it works for me, most of the time it doesn't, so I just leave that off. That is a bit of a pain. It's a really good idea. I really like the idea, but it is a bit of a pain. And I'm glad that you've got the option to turn the motion sensor off. I would have liked to have seen like up and down buttons as well, just in case, like, just to make things a little bit clearer, so you can just dial it up and then like you can change your wattage on the fly. You don't have to like sometimes struggle. If it's raining, it's going to be a pain in the ass. I've not actually tried this in the rain, but if you're trying to change your wattage while you're out in the rain, I can imagine if you've got little wet bits on your finger, it's not going to work at all for you. So that is a little bit of a con, that you don't just have buttons as well as the touchscreen. And like the rev counter that comes into it, if that's going to focus for me. Little rev counter that's in there, I think that's just a little bit stupid, to be honest with you. I don't really like that. I'm looking for cons. It's a bit nitpicky, do you know what I mean? And I'm actually looking for cons with this device. But overall, I really like this device. The fit and finish of it is perfect. It just, like, it fits perfectly. Hand's got a nice weight to it. It's solid. It doesn't feel plastic. It doesn't feel too like cold or metal or anything like that. The button responsitivity. The button response time is just perfect. It's just the LEDs match up perfectly with whenever you press that button. It's just instant. Do you know what I mean? I know you can't really see that with the camera, but it's just perfect. It fires perfectly. But overall, I am fully in love with this mod. It's perfect in my opinion. I would like to see what Asmodus bring out next, and have a go some of the more latest Asmodus mods to see where they've improved with them. But yeah, overall I'm really impressed with the device. So this has been the Asmodus Lustro 200 watt touch and touchless screen mod. It's an absolute belter. Like, if you get an opportunity to get one, just get yourself on, guys. Like, it really is. It's boss, do you know what I mean? My name is Bobo, we've been The Vapory. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, do a little thumbs up. If you didn't, do a little thumbs down, do you know what I mean? There's no hard feelings here. If you did like us as well, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification button to keep up to date with all my latest news and reviews. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. See you in a bit.